Then they recap the Hangman Page Bryan Danielson draw from a week ago and announced the rematch will take place January the 5th on the first episode on TBS from the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey, which I think once it was official that the Battle of the Belts was going to be an hour, I just thought it made no sense to put it on that show. And this is your best date to schedule this match. So it's a huge match for your debut.
Biggest match they could build to at the moment, and there's no pay-per-view on the horizon, but you can argue that this TBS debut is as important as a pay-per-view to AEW.
Shivani then brings out Hangman Page, and he says that he almost had it won last week, but Page said when he was handed the title back, he never felt like less of a champion than when he was walking to the back after the match last week. Before he can continue, Danielson comes out. The whole place is chanting yes, and he refers to Page as the entitled millennial cowboy and makes fun of him sharing his feelings, feeling disappointed, saying, I kicked your ass for 60 minutes, but I'm not going to cry about my feelings. We have a rematch. I'm going to kick your ass again. The only reason I didn't put you away was because of my knee injury from the week before against John Silver. And I will not make that mistake again. I will not wrestle in front of you idiots this week, and I won't wrestle in front of you next week. I am not wrestling until the rematch. I will deprive you of seeing this wrestler. If you bought tickets, haha. And Page comes back and says that they got into the deep waters and I swam. And if I had a few more seconds, you would have drowned. He agrees. Danielson threw out the idea of Page might just stall out for another 60 minutes and we're in the exact same spot. So he doesn't want to come out here and complain like you entitled millennials would. Instead, I have a solution and proposes judges for the rematch if needed after the 60 minutes. So Page agrees to this and says, I have come too far to be told I'm not good enough or to be told I'm a B-plus player. If the question is whether Hangman can beat Bryan Danielson in less than 1 hour, the answer will be yes. Judges Way in New Jersey, the origin of the unified rules of mixed martial arts.
There you go. So they didn't say who would be picking the judges, did they, in this segment?
No, I would imagine you do something next week. Maybe each gets to choose a judge, or you at least just at random name the 3 judges.
And do you expect these judges to be contemporary professional wrestlers? Or are we going to expect legends? Celebrity cameos?
I'm expecting some interesting names. I'm sure that Tony Khan is going to have some. Like, I wouldn't just pick like any 3 random people. I think like they will do something that's interesting. I also don't think we're going to need the judges. I think like this should be the decisive win for Page in the rematch. I don't think they're going to go the 60. Which is fine. I think it gets a little gimmicky if we're getting to like reading the judges' scorecards out at the end. Like Impact tried to do that with that grand championship of theirs. I just don't think it works for pro wrestling with judges. But it's fine to have it there as something if just for the story purpose of it, but not actually leaning on it.
Absolutely, yeah, and it just kind of gives a bit of believability attached to it. It gives you a chance to have some sort of celebrity cameo. So we'll see who's got a book to plug or something.
Oh, who's on? Maybe this is Burt Kreischer making his way onto TBS.
Oh, but because of the Go Big Show. Okay.
You know, the night before, it's the night before the return of Go Big Show. I could totally see one of the people being from the game show, being a judge.
Yeah, I mean, who's the only one left? Is it just Burt Kreischer?
Well, we've seen Rosario Dawson on there. We've seen Snoop Dogg's T-Pain. T-Pain could come back.
He's been there.
He's been there, but maybe he can come back as a judge.
After the burning match that he watched, I don't know if he's
maybe that's it
he's
for
rushing
him
to come back.
Well, maybe this is Burt Kreischer's opportunity.
Sure, why not? Yeah, no, it's I'm looking forward to it. I mean, who isn't right now after the result that they had? And it's a stipulation that I think is satisfying. You know, it's all they needed. You know, just the fact that it was something different and essentially it guarantees you a winner.
How long do you think the rematch goes? What do you expect the length to be? Does it go 40?
I think so. Yeah, I think if it was sub 30, it would almost feel like something was off. Like I feel like these two have established the fact that they're so evenly matched that they're going 60. I think you have to go at least 30. And I don't know why you wouldn't, because it's a TV show and you want to try to build that audience and as much as you can by having these two on screen as long as you can. So I would say at least 30.
Or you could tease the time limit and you go like 58, 59.
You can. Yeah. Sure.
Many different options.